In three, two, one. We are live. Melnight Sports back in the building. My co-host Micah. We are here to talk boxing. We are here to talk MMA. We are here. We did have a couple of good fights over the weekend, boxing and MMA.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start off with the boxing because we got a lot to talk about for the MMA stuff. But there was Chocolatito versus Estrada. Their third fight, you may not have heard of them, Micah. They're smaller guys. I think they're in like 115, 115.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it was a good fight. Again, the same thing happened, but I actually thought the guy that lost won. Same thing happened last fight, but it was a draw last fight. But this time they gave it to Estrada. Decent fight. Um, Chocolatito just simply took too long to get started, and that's what he did the last fight, and that he makes it decisive when he does that. So.
Hmm.
Sometimes you really just gotta. Those first two rounds, man, are actually very important, man. Like I get it. You want to start out, you kind of want to, feel things out, but sometimes it just may not be their best choice.
Yeah.
Um,
Those are the guys who do not want to lift weights.
yeah, you
That's
look at them up.
me. Huh?
You looked them up.
No, that's me. I
What?
already know. I'm just looking at the weight.
Oh,
115.
115. Yeah, man. I mean, they're smaller dudes as well. I think.
That's
Let me
me.
let me s- look. Let me look up how big chocolate teeth. I think they're like 5'4",
I'm
bro.
not trying to lift a damn thing. No, I'm joking. I actually am trying to lift because I want to fight at 125. So,
hmm
excuse me, I'm trying to lift.
So you're not gonna go down to 115, you said?
I am, but eventually I'm gonna go to 125. I'd be long for 115, bro.
Yeah, you would.
Probably. I mean, my homie, he's gonna fight at 115 as well. He'll be long as shit too. He's 5'10", like 5'9", 5'10".
What? And he's fighting at 115? Jeez,
Bro,
bro,
I
that's
know.
insane.
I think it's muscle, bro.
Yeah,
Just don't have that much muscle, so it's
yeah.
not very heavy.
True, true. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, Chocolatito is 5'3".
Mm.
He's 5'3", so he's small, and they fight at. Hold up. Oh boy,
If you're not him, that has to be rough.
very, very. Like, I mean, 5'3".
Yeah, if you're not him, you have to do some crazy shit like be a fucking boxer.
Bro, like it's to the point, bro, where you're killing yourself, man. And it's like, don't get me wrong. I mean,
Man, have you seen I don't mean to cut you off, but speaking of on the subject, Michael Chandler, have you seen his wife?
no.
Gotta look up a picture of her right quick.
Oh yeah.
Look up Michael Chandler wife
Okay. Hold on.
before you continue to say that because this might change your perspective. Look at that.
Hold on.
Waiting for this man to. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, but
She's
what that have to do with the weight?
no the height. I'm talking about the
Oh,
height.
oh. Is she taller than him?
Uh,
No, I don't, bro. She's not
I'm not
taller than him.
sure.
She's not
Is
taller
she?
than him. No, she it's the heels from what I see.
But yeah, because he's like 5'6".
He,
So when
no,
she has heels on, she is.
let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Height. Nah, bro, he's 5'8", man.
Yeah, he
He's
is
five
5'8".
eight.
He's my
Five
height.
eight. Yeah, which bro, that's not even short, man.
That's
Like
not short.
it's really not short, bro.
It's for these girls.
We're talking
I'm
about 1 to 2 inches, bro. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I think I underestimated his height.
Yeah. I mean, he looks kind of just the way his body's
And
built.
he's
He's kind of stock.
stocky,
He's very stocky.
extremely. He's so
He's very
jacked.
stocky. Yeah. I wouldn't ever like to be that big, to be honest with you. I love my body right now. I just want to get more cut. But other than that, nah, I wouldn't
Hmm.
want to be that. That it's just you get to the point where your muscles are hindering your movement. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't
Hmm.
want that, man. I definitely wouldn't want that. But What was I saying about Chocolatito, man? Oh yeah, like it just gets to the point, bro, when you're killing yourself to make that weight. But at the end of the day, man, I mean these boxers are getting paid to do this, man. So you know what I'm saying? It's not an issue with for them. So I get it. I get it.
You
So
think that that's worth it though? Like, do you like, because you're kind of messing up your organs.
yeah, it's not good, man. It's really not good. I mean, to be honest with you, if I were to be doing that, I'd probably just continue to smoke weed, and so that would be very easy for me to kind of keep myself at that weight. Um,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for
Because
eating.
yeah, because your body is gonna adjust and make yourself. As long as you stay at that weight, relatively near that weight, you'll be okay. But I think the issue comes in when you start cutting massive amounts of weight, and then
You
you
start
go
pulling.
back up.
I think that having more muscle is actually better for cutting weight because you actually it gives your body more to pull out. It takes less from your organs.
Okay, okay,
So
I
like
got
that's
you.
why like someone like not Francis, but someone like Paulo Costa,
Mhm,
he walks around at like or like Pereira, he
mhm.
walks around at like 230, bro.
230, 230.
232.
So you're
So
saying it's better for the body to pull the muscle versus pulling from your actual organs and things of
yeah,
that sort.
because your muscles are muscles.
Yeah, you can grow them back. You can get
And your
back. You can.
muscles have water in them anyway.
Uh-huh.
Muscles
Yeah,
have a whole bunch of water in them.
that's true.
And so yeah, so it's
That's true.
better to have,
No,
muscle
right. No,
cut
that's
weight.
that's that's a good point actually, you know what I'm saying? Because you can always build the muscle right back, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's gone. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is eat,
Rehydrate.
rehydrate, eat, and start and just work out again. It'll gain and some people retain muscle very easily. Like me, I retain muscle
Yeah,
very
that's
good.
that's
You know what
me
I'm saying?
too.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for it because I can go up, I can go down, and I'm still retain a good amount of muscle. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even matter. Um, but my issue was when I was at 130, just my muscles were just I wanted to see how big I could get them. So, I bulked up a little bit
Hmm.
and we're gonna see how it goes, man. How different I look at that weight, man. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Um, but I did just finish watching the Kevin Holland versus Wonderboy fight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that fight was really good. I'm gonna want to know your thoughts on it.
Dude, that fight. I mean, I don't. You know how I am, bro. My brain, my ADHD brain. When things are like this, bro, I just don't know where to begin, man.
Mhm.
I just
Mhm.
don't know where to start. First
Yeah.
of all, Wonderboy Thompson. He has um, you know, I kind of I wouldn't say liken my style to his, but I would say we come from the same school. We come from that point fighting because when growing up, all of my tournaments and everything like that, Taekwondo was point fighting,
Mhm.
and what that teaches you when you go into MMA is number one, it teaches you to be first, and it teaches you to pick your shots. So if incorporate it to like a continuous fight where uh excuse me, official referees not saying point, every time you land like a to the head or
Mhm.
something like that,
Mhm.
it turns you into a sniper, dude. And so like you just when you add it and you learn to set up your shots and everything like that, just turns you into a sniper. And that's what um sorry, when the Wonder Boy Thompson, man, he how many times did he drop him?
I think he officially dropped him once, but he
Yeah.
definitely dropped. A kick dropped him. He kicked him. He dropped him with a kick, and then he
Hmm.
dropped him like to the face. You know what I'm saying with a face shot. Sat him down.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
um, um,
So he dropped him twice.
twice.
Yeah, bro. He just got. You should have Kevin's face, dude. Kevin broke his hand
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
hitting him. That's how they stopped it, man. Man, that's just crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I actually and I'm gonna go back to what you were saying in a second. Well, let me address it now. Um, yeah, man, that point fighting because that's actually how I like to fight as well, man. Because I'm not. there to try to get the knockout. I mean, if I get it, cool, right? But I feel like points is more reliable. It gets it makes you to the point where you're actually fighting. You know what I'm saying? You're you know what I'm saying? You're playing the game. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, right? I'm playing the game. I'm stacking up points. Yes, it's good to get knockouts. You know what I'm saying? But if I can pick my punches and just be a sniper, like you said, man, I can be there all day. You get what I'm saying. But I can be there all day, and I can have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Versus looking for that one punch, it may not ever come. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. I like that style of fighting. It was extremely effective. So how I scored it actually was 2-2. Obviously for me it was the first two rounds. Second round was extremely close. I was honestly going to give it to Wonder Boy, but Kevin actually dropped him in the second round, so
Yeah,
I gave it to Holland. But I
yeah,
didn't like the fact that Holland kept on getting tagged with that right with that was it the left hand man. He kept getting tagged with it, man. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He for the whole entire fight, he kept getting hit with that straight.
hmm
Even when when switched stances, when Wonder Boy switched stances, and he was kept getting tagged with it, man. But I think the biggest thing that damaged him were those kicks, man. Were those kicks? Oh my God, the noise, the sound, and then he busted up his arm. Oh my
dude.
goodness.
When you get hit with a kick like that, first of all, even in practice, I remember I've taken kicks like that, but I remember, I mean, there's two occasions. One, it was like to the quad area, and bro, it felt like, I don't know. The only way I could explain it, bro, is like just like walking, like, but it's almost like there's a tourniquet around your leg.
Is a what? A tourniquet?
Uh, It's almost like there's a tourniquet around your leg, and you can't get it. It almost feels like you can't get enough blood flow, and it's like you can't walk correctly, bro. Like your leg just doesn't work correctly.
Wow.
It's so weird,
Is
and like and that can happen in the middle of the fight too if they hit you in the right place. Because what happened was I got hit in the right place. Like I got hit on the edge of my muscle.
holy gosh.
So so yeah, that was one
Did it
one
was
occasion.
it bruised after?
I mean, I can't really tell. I mean, I mean, it felt. You mean did it feel
Like
that like did it
yeah,
hurt?
like was it
Oh yeah,
everlasting?
yeah, yeah,
Was it
yeah.
lasting like, a couple days after type of thing?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it hurt. So it was like very sore, and it was just like your leg, cause just like didn't work correctly, bro.
Damn.
It hurt.
Yeah.
And then another one, man, with the front of my ankle, I don't know what the muscle is called, but it's like it's the muscle on like the front of your ankle, like like when guys kick and they're like their foot wraps around.
hmm
So basically, I kicked someone. I went to kick someone's leg and they checked it, and I kicked them right in the knee,
Oh,
basically, like right on
oh
the bone of the knee.
God.
It's just, it's a perfect check. It's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And bro, that shit hurt, bro. I could not walk.
Oh
And the
my
thing was,
gosh.
that was right before I was supposed to fight too. And I
Oh
was,
boy.
damn.
Damn.
And
Yeah, that's the danger
but
of
but like it went away though. It went away, and I was just like, damn.
okay.
But I was just like, shit.
Yeah, that's the danger of
But now I have a
sparring
new
super close.
approach now. Yeah, but now I have a new approach,
What's
bro.
what's
So
the new
now
approach?
with dudes like that, I'm just gonna box the hell out of them. I'm not even gonna try and kick their legs, cause I realize, bro. I go to a gym that has a lot of they're all wrestlers, bro.
Okay.
So a lot of my kicks to the body gets taken
Right.
gets caught,
Right.
bro, and I get taken down,
Right.
or I just have to deal with it.
hmm
Or they catch my teeps or whatever. Very hard to keep, very difficult to keep distance, which for one is good because I'm not a very long guy, so I want to get in close to you, and so I can land strikes.
hmm
The downside is that they're wrestlers and they want to get in close too because it's where their range
Right.
is as well.
Right.
So you know. it's just, that's why I love the sport though. It's just the delicate balance, bro.
Right.
There's so many possibilities.
Exactly.
Everything, everything is a factor.
Yeah, you gotta
Everything.
adapt, man. You gotta adapt. You gotta change. You gotta change the approach. Sometimes that's just a sport. That's just a sport, man. And there's no one way to win. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
always changing. Um, yeah. So that's good. So how is your boxing getting better? Like since you've changed that kind of like mindset.
Yeah, I'd say my boxing is getting I would say so. Honestly, I wouldn't say my boxing is getting better. I would just say that I changed my style up a little bit.
Okay.
So I think that that my boxing is just like I'm it's like I'm like performing better
hmm
in as far as boxing.
So it's more efficient.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got you. Um, yeah, man. That fight was that man. Those
Yeah.
kicks, man, were vicious, man. We're just
Did you catch oh man, I should have told you to catch
the Thai fight.
Francis Knopf. It was Francis Marshall versus it was the same night. Francis Marshall and what's his name? Actually, did you manage to catch I should have told you to watch Phil Rowe and Price
No,
and
I didn't
Nico
see that one. I
Price.
didn't see that one, bro.
That was
What,
good,
what?
man. I love Phil Rowe, but I just keep getting so frustrated with the man. And see, the thing is, it's so much easier for me to remember what happened in this fight because of how angry I was when watching it.
hmm
Because this man does not use his length, bro.
Uh,
This man won't use his length.
yeah,
And so for any MMA fan watching, I mean, this is for you. So it's just like Phil Rowe just won't use his length, and it's just like, hold on, man, I'll show you what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope. I mean, I don't remember because that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull up a
But does it even work though? 'Cause I don't remember it working.
oh yeah,
Try it.
shoot, you're right.
Try it
No,
though.
it won't work. It
Try it.
won't work.
Try
I
it.
forgot about it.
See if it works.
All right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to make that work again. I don't know why that's not working.
But yeah,
I'm gonna figure
but
that out.
essentially, man, Phil Rowe, he doesn't use his longest weapon, which is
Okay.
his kicks. I don't even. I
Hold on,
remember him throwing.
hold on. I got Reese. He says, "Hi guys, I live in Europe. I live in England, Europe, but I'm a massive fan of both Wonderboy and Holland. What a fight that was last night. The
Mm,
whole card was brilliant. Yes, indeed, Reese.
agreed.
That fight was good, man. That fight was really good. Just stand up dudes. You know what I'm saying? Just duking it out. You know what I'm saying? It was really entertaining. They didn't want to go on the floor, which I think it honestly would have benefited Holland. But either way, he wanted to strike. He
Yeah.
wanted to strike with him.
I
So,
mean, thing is, this is Wonderboy. I'm trying to remember. He may have 4 fights or 5 fights left.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but Wonderboy's 39, man.
yeah, he's
About
old,
to be, yeah, he's about to be 40.
older guy.
I mean, bro, still doing it.
I think I couldn't
Still
believe how
doing it.
quick he was.
Bro, but it's see, this is the thing, bro, is like just athletics and sports, it just evolves because like, and I've heard like Rogan talk about this. Like when he was growing up, a guy who was like 50, he was like dead, bro. But so I mean, like just the things that we know about nutrition and
Yeah,
just the things that we know
right,
about training correctly
right.
and about your health and your head health
hmm
and stretching and stuff like that. I mean, it's just astounding.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that we're like, look at Bernard Hopkins, bro. If you want to look at
hmm
boxing deep into his, not I wouldn't say deep into his 40s, but like till his mid
Yeah,
40s.
no, he's 50. He was like 53 when he had the last fight, bro.
What,
Yeah, he was
bro?
old, bro. He did get knocked out, but I mean, he wasn't doing
That's
terrible
funny.
though. He got knocked
But
out by Joe Smith, but which is a cha which
yeah,
was a champion.
and
Um,
then you look at Teixeira. How old is Teixeira? Like 42.
yeah, 42 or 43. Um,
Teixeira's yeah, and then
so
just won the belt,
right.
bro. I think they was the oldest light heavyweight champion.
I think it was. I think it was. No, it's
Shoot, dude.
amazing, man. Like the fact that these dudes are still kicking, man, and especially MMA, man. Like that's especially like
But I
impressive.
but I I'm telling you though, it's because of the number of targets that aren't on your head,
Right,
bro.
right. Yeah, no,
And
that's
it's
a fact.
because of
It's a fact.
and like I
Because
can
the
condition
body,
my
the
leg.
mind has to be mind has to be there for you to control the body. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Reese says massive respect to Holland as well for finally letting
Yeah,
Wonder Boy stand on his feet and show how good he is. Kevin took him down a few times, but was like,
amazing.
nah, man, get up. Yeah, man, it was a
Yeah.
good fight, man. It was I
See,
could
that's why
go ahead.
that's why I fuck with Holland, man,
Yeah,
because he is honestly kind of like Michael Chandler, bro. Where you get frustrated with him, but
yeah,
you're like, he's there to fight,
exactly.
man.
And he's there to
He's there
entertain
to.
you. He's there to entertain you, man. Like he does it for the the fans. You know what I'm saying? He does it for
Mhm.
the fans. You know what I'm saying? Which it's good. It's good for us, right? It's good for the fans watching. Not the best thing for himself, but it's good for the fans watching. I mean, I loved it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I wish that he. Ah, man.
I
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you about that because how do you feel? Do you feel like Michael Chandler, like someone like that, like if he's lost to like all the top guys? That's the thing. Dustin Poirier is and the thing is, if he didn't just come into the UFC, if he wasn't, still in his prime, these losses wouldn't mean that much. If you're at the end of your career and you're putting on fights like this, you know, these losses wouldn't mean that much. I think that having this type of a mentality is is good, but I think it's good at like, close to like the end of your career, you know?
Hmm.
And because like when guys start losing like that, man, to top guys, that's basically when you start saying like, you should hang it up,
Yeah.
and he's in his prime.
Exactly.
But it's all a matter of him not being tactile. It's all a matter of him
Right.
just
Okay. I
just
get.
fighting
I
dumb.
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying. I'm gonna come back to that. Reese says, do we have our a favorite fighter in the UFC? I'm gonna let you answer first.
Do I have a favorite fighter in the UFC? I mean, look, I mean, when we think about favorite fighter, I think we gotta think about style. We gotta think about what they do off, out of the octagon. I almost said off the court. What the hell? So off the court. I don't even watch basketball. I almost said off the court. We got to think about what they do out of the octagon. So dang man, it's honestly tough. It's really difficult. But I
Who
mean,
do you like the best? Who
uh,
style wise and fighting wise?
oh yeah, oh Izzy,
Is he? Is he?
oh for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just the most. I mean, there's Izzy, bro. Also Piotr Yan, I like a lot. Corey Sandhagen. I mean, style wise, I like a
Mhm.
lot.
Mhm.
But dang, man. Who's another guy? I'm trying.
I really like Oliveira, man. I'm still riding with him.
Well, I
Um,
like Max a lot.
Max
Max
Holland, yeah,
Holloway.
yeah, Holloway is good. I said Max Holland.
Mm, this guy
But yeah, no, I like
tired.
Holloway is good. But I like my favorite. If I had to say a favorite, man, it'd either be between Izzy or Oliveira. Steam has definitely kind of came off with Oliveira after that loss. You know what I'm saying? It really did disappoint me, but I'm still riding with him. You know what I'm saying? Just because he took a loss doesn't mean it's over for him. So he's if I had to pick
Yeah.
one,
Did you hear what he said? We should have talked about this.
no,
But
what happened?
he is actually taking he's taking time off essentially.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay,
Yeah, how long
okay.
did he say though?
I'm not sure, bro, but if you think about it, he takes a lot of damage,
He takes a
you
lot of
know?
damage. He takes a lot
He
of
gets
damage.
gets dropped quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's gotten dropped in literally all of his
Yeah,
fights
I'm
that,
not. I don't love his style the best. If I had to pick someone's style, it's definitely Izzy. Style wise, definitely Izzy,
yeah,
100%.
that's what I
Um,
was thinking. His
but
style is
right.
is
But as far as who I like to watch fight and who I'm, who just kind of motive. No, I wouldn't even say
mhm,
motivates me, but just you like to see fighting. Because look, it's not even the fact that he's entertaining. It's the fact that it's inspiring. Like the fact that he'll get to,
extremely.
he'll go to deep waters and still pull it out. You know what I'm saying? It's inspiring to watch him to watch those fights, man. But as far as style wise, yeah, Izzy hands down. I don't care what
Hmm.
anybody says. Izzy's a better fighter than Pereira, but Pereira just got that power, man.
Mm.
He got that fire in his hands, and he can take out a lot of
I
people.
mean, dude, that's like that's just that's the thing, man. Like that's gonna haunt you.
Yeah,
It's gonna haunt
it
you
is, man.
because it's just like you could do everything, bro. It's just like a boss, bro. Like literally a boss. Because but it's different
Right,
because like
right,
when I play God of War, it's just like I can just keep going back,
right. It
keep going,
keep
and
restarting.
I could go to to Lunda with the Bunda and
Hmm.
buy me a freaking a resurrection stone, and when I
Hmm.
die,
You
I could
come right
just come
back.
back.
Yeah, but this
But it's just
is
like with
different.
this, man, such high stakes, man. The
Such high
stakes are
stakes.
so much higher.
Yeah, yeah. No, and it's like, yo, that was his biggest fight of his career, man. That, or I won't say the biggest, but that's his most important fight, essentially. If you know his whole history and you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
it was technically his most important fight, and he lost, man, and he got knocked out.
and he almost
He
won. He
almost
won.
won.
Man, he
He
had
almost
three
flushed him
one,
out,
man.
man. He almost flushed him out completely. Had he just and we can keep on saying, oh, if he did this, it's like, oh my, it just hurts, man, because
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
Monday morning
yeah.
quarterbacking.
There's no way to
Because
have
the thing
known.
is,
There's
if
no
he
way
gets
to have
another,
known, man, that he was gonna that he was gonna get knocked out like that. And it's like, okay, I mean, if I were in hindsight, I would say, okay, you need to run. You need to just run this whole round, just stay away. But there's no way of knowing, man. There's no way of really knowing. But now what were you saying?
yeah, no, but damn, what was I saying? No, but that dang it, I hate doing that, man.
I was talking about running and
No, it's not your fault, bro. It's really me. But shoot, but but before we were talking about nah,
you can't remember. Okay,
dude,
look. This is what I was saying. This is what I was saying. I was talking about how that Izzy and Alex, and there's no way of knowing that he was gonna come out, and he should have. In hindsight, I would have said just run.
yeah, okay, I
You
remember.
remember
And I
now?
was
Okay.
just all I was gonna say was even if they were to fight again, Pierre would come out differently. That's all I was gonna say.
Exactly.
That's all I was.
So there's
I
no.
could not.
It's like, how do you? He had it, man. He had it, man. It was so close.
Yeah,
It
man.
was so close,
But man, I and I've been dealing with this week, man. And it's just the way in all things. That's what you gotta, look for similarities.
man.
Even in life,
Yeah.
it's just like some things, bro. You gotta accept
Yeah.
that, hey, it happened, and it might always feel like that.
That's true, man. That's
Some
true.
things you just gotta accept. Like it
It
sucks,
sucks.
and it doesn't get
It doesn't
better.
get better. Yeah, you just
It's
gotta
a
take it
suck.
on the chin, man. You gotta take it on the chin and just roll with it. Sometimes, man. That's
Yep.
no, it's true, bro. It's 100% true. It's a shitty thing, but it is what it is,
Hmm.
type of shit. You know what I'm saying? He's got one more chance to do it, man. I'm rooting for him, truthfully. I am.
He's just gonna have to be so extremely brutal. I mean, technical,
See, and the
but
thing is,
just like technical brutality,
here's
bro.
the thing, right?
He's gonna have to get him out. He's too dangerous, bro. He can't play.
But see, that's the thing. We know he has the power to take out Alex, right? Because we saw it,
Right.
right? We know he has the power to. So here's the
Yeah.
question: does he come out on 100 and risk also getting knocked out? Because again, Alex is going to be. He might not take it out 100's first round, but he's dangerous from round one to round five. So is it worth the risk?
I
I don't
think
know.
that what he really needs to do is invest in his body early on. Invest in his body early on. So the kid, what he messed himself up trying to do what he always does, and he focus on kicking Pierre's legs, and he got checked, and his leg was compromised very early.
Hmm.
I saw it too. I literally saw him get checked. I saw him step, and I was just like, oh, his leg is hurt.
Hmm.
That leg is compromised
Right,
now,
right.
which I knew was going to be a problem, bro. I knew it was going to be a problem, and he said it. He's like, yeah, he hurt my leg early, so I couldn't move like I wanted to. I couldn't do what I needed to do. I was like, yes, bro. Literally in the first round.
It was the first round is when that happened.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Early in the first, like maybe 2 minutes into the first round.
Wow. and he still came out coming out like that with still doing that good, all 5 rounds.
Because I think he there were times where bro he just couldn't move as well, and he kind of like had to revert back to his old self.
mm,
He just kind of had to throw shots.
right,
And he is a big guy, bro. He can land heavy.
yeah,
He
yeah,
almost got him at. He almost
yeah.
got
He
him
has
at.
the power, man. He has the power to take him out.
And Pierre cuts more weight. Cuts a
Right,
lot more weight.
right. So he's
He's
not
a
gonna
lot more
feel
depleted.
exactly. He's not gonna feel 100%. Reese says I was gutted for Peter Yan and also gutted for Jiri had to pull out.
Yuri
Yeah,
Prohashka.
yeah, Yuri had to pull out of next week. He says, but fair play to Yuri because most of the champs these days would have hold up the division
That's 100%
while
true.
they get back to fitness. But Yuri was vacated
I
to go
mean,
over. Yeah,
I think. Depending on the circumstances, I think that the UFC should take the belt if they're gonna be out for that long.
you think they should take it
Yeah,
for how long?
if you're gonna be out for more than 6 months, then you should be stripped. I
That's
think that
fair.
you should, because I think that you should defend. It's the UFC. You should defend twice a year, at least.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't have a
At
problem with that.
least you should defend twice, at least twice a year. Like so, and if it's 6 months, if you got 6 months left in the year, there's no way that you're gonna fight a championship fight, and then 3 months later you're gonna fight another championship fight or whatever,
Hmm.
or you're gonna or So I feel like if it's longer than 6 months, then they should strip you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair assessment, man. And like the dude said. Salute to him, man. He didn't go out. I mean, people like to throw shade at Ngannou, but at the end of the day, man, that's probably well, actually no, the UFC is a little bit different. But in boxing, your belt basically is that
Yeah.
leveraging point because a lot of dudes
So
like Devin Haney, a lot of time before he got the belt, man, it was extremely hard to get. Even now, people don't want to fight him. So you having a belt is pretty much your leveraging. So, okay, you don't want to fight me,
mhm,
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want the belt, you got to come through me, type of thing. But in UFC, they got to fight. There's no
yeah.
duck in, there's no
I
this and
just
that.
it's just not fair. Like even now, that's what they're talking about with. They're not talking about stripping him, but they're
Ngannou?
talking about no, no, no. They're talking with Volkanovski moving up to fight Islam.
Uh,
Talking about if
uh,
if Volkanovski were to beat Islam, then the 145-pound division and the 155-pound division would both be short up. Like they would, I
right,
mean,
right,
would
right,
both be slowed up
right, right.
rather.
Very slowed up. Yeah. So okay, in a situation like that, what do you think would be the right move?
What can you do?
Yeah, because it's like
You would have to. You could have interim. Have an interim title,
right.
and you would just have to time it correctly.
Yeah.
You
How
would have to. You would have to time the interim title correctly to
in
make
in boxing
touch time all the fights. It's about timing.
in boxing, Tank used to hold the 130, 135, and 140 belt, uh, WBA, I believe, or it might have been WBO, but he held all three belts in all three weight classes.
Yeah.
So basically, the WBO said choose which one you're gonna stay at, and they stripped him from the other one. He stayed at 135. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
weight
yeah,
classes. Okay.
he had it for a
That's a
while though.
lot of freaking
Yeah,
divisions.
that's bro, come on, like that's three whole
That's
divisions.
every wait. That's four
That's
different
three,
belts,
three, third one.
three different divisions.
Yeah,
But
130, 135, 140.
does he fight under? Does he fight for the four different, all four different sanctioning bodies,
No,
or?
no. So that was just the one. That was just the WBO, and the
Okay.
WBO said, "Yo, choose which one you're gonna stay at, which division you're gonna stay at," and he stayed at 135. So in a situation like that, that's gonna be tough, man. Because if he does win, what the hell they're gonna do? That's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be worse in boxings.
Yeah, worse than boxing.
It's because y'all already have trouble making fights.
Exactly.
You see, the fights are gonna get
Yeah,
made.
it's gonna get made regardless.
It's really a 110% up to the fighter whether or not they want to fight. The UFC can make the fight.
Exactly. No, no. And that's why I love it, man. That's what we need a Dana White figure in boxing. But again, we spoke about this before.
I you
It's
just need a UFC model in boxing. You just don't.
well, and we've spoken this before. Is the issue is again, there's too many hands in the pots. You know what I'm saying? It's not one company. It's you're dealing with a bunch.
Yeah, and I think that
That is
that's
the issue.
really the issue because it's just like no one wants to accept that there will be some sort of hierarchy.
Mhm.
To some extent, they do not want to accept that.
Mhm.
But people accept, even though the UFC has competitors,
Mhm.
everybody agrees that the UFC has the best.
Right.
They have, or is the best at what they do. They have the
Right.
best
Right.
athletes in the sport. Not obviously they don't have all the best guys in the sport,
Mhm.
but it's just like Bellator obviously has some absolute killers. Same thing with one championship over in Singapore in the PFL.
Mhm.
Um, but it's it's you guys need a model like that, man.
Yeah. No, it's
That I
true.
think that that is the only way that to make fights happen, bro. Because I think that what will happen is all the best fighters will be in the same organization,
Right.
like they are
Exactly.
now. I like
Exactly.
that's what happens with the UFC.
Right.
That's how you get all the best fights and you get all the people that want to. You have all the best fighters with all the best personalities,
Uh-huh.
all the best social media, all the best skill, everything, and you have that in the UFC.
Mhm. One company.
Yes,
Um.
you have that under the UFC. So you just need to understand that. And the thing is, there's not really a I guess there's a limit, but at this point, the UFC there's room, bro. They have like 700 fighters,
700 fighters.
650,
Okay.
650, 700. That's a lot of
That's a
people,
lot
man.
of people. I'm kind of
It's a lot
surprised.
of
I
people.
want to know how much boxers there are. So Reese says we're gonna get back to that. Reese says I only started following UFC for the past 4 years, but I think my
Mhm.
favorite fight in those 4 years was Chandler versus Gaethje. That was madness. Yeah, that was one of my favorite fights as
Yeah, it was
well.
crazy.
That fight was just just insane to watch. I mean, I remember I watched it at a bar and I'm just looking at my friend, I'm like, bro,
Mhm.
how are these dudes fighting? And how are these guys
Mine is
still
mine.
going?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, finish. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I keep
yeah. I
finish.
was saying like, yo, I'm like, how are these guys still going at it? Mainly Chandler, but you know what I'm saying. Yo, he just fighting stupid, but he's in there, man. Like he's in there and he's still dishing out pain. You know what I'm saying? So it was ridiculous, man. But yeah, I'll
But
go with my second. I'll go with my favorite fight after. But go ahead.
yeah, I mean, mine is probably Dan Hooker, Dustin Poirier.
Dan Hooker.
That
Damn, you know what?
we have to watch that actually.
Dan Hooker.
Gotta watch that. I think that go. It's just a 3 round fight.
Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. I'll watch it.
Dan Hooker, Dustin Poirier. Bro, that fight.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was the fight essentially. You know those fights. It's like there's trade-offs, bro. There's always trade-offs. And it's like, there's those fights that are so incredible. They're just absolute wars, but they take something
Oh, okay,
out of
yeah,
someone.
out of the fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was what happened. I think that's what happened to Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker, uh, he obviously he just won this past not this past weekend, but this last to UFC 281. He beat I can't remember his name. Oh my goodness. But yeah, he beat him. And he's still incredible, but I'm talking about like his chin.
Hmm.
Skill wise, Dan is still incredible. I see him training with Izzy all the time, but his chin I don't think
It's been
it's not
compromised,
the
you think?
greatest. Yeah,
Jeez.
but he's just a dog, bro. Like Dan Hooker, I'm pretty sure he blew out his knee from being caught in a submission at UFC 281, but he didn't from being caught in the knee bar, but he didn't just didn't tap.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Man, that's such a dangerous thing to do, man. That's such a dangerous thing to do.
He's like, that's not gonna kill me.
Right, right. I
Doesn't
think,
kill you, makes you stronger in some way. His mind is stronger.
yeah, yeah. My favorite fight in the UFC. Ah, man. Honestly, as I don't know if it's my very favorite, but one of my favorite fights is Pena versus Nunes too. That was one of the just most intense fight I've seen, man, because you didn't know if Nunes was gonna get Pena out of there, but she just kept on coming, and she was, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do think,
Heart, bro.
yeah, that
She
heart,
has
man, that was in
so
there.
much heart, bro. It's
And I think Pena
like
was getting beat up.
inspiring.
Inspiring indeed. I think she was getting beat up for sure, but she was still in the fight. Up until the fifth round, she was still in the fight. You couldn't say she wasn't out of the fight. But I do think she got beat up. But regardless, um, that was probably one of my favorite, definitely top five for sure. Another good fight, of course. Obviously, Gaethje versus Chandler. That was actually one of my really good fights as well. Another really good fight I liked is Poirier versus Oliveira, man. That fight, oh my gosh, that fight was ooh. I love that fight, man. I love that fight. That fight was so high paced until it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
high paced until it wasn't, man. And that fight, that just showed. I really liked the fact that how it showed who Oliveira was. Like he could keep going, but then if he gets you in a dangerous position, you're done. There's no fighting it, man. So that was yeah. Those three are definitely one of my definitely my top three. I probably the Izzy versus Anderson could definitely be in there as well. I love that fight as well. That
Yeah, that
fight,
was a beautiful
yeah, just
fight.
beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much like a war, but it was just so technical and so it was like a fighter's fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a
Hmm.
fighter's fight. If you know fighting, you will love that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so those fights were great. Any other good fight like amazing fight that you can remember?
And me. Uh, Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic 3.
Okay. All right.
That was
I'll
incredible.
save that one.
Also, John Jones. I'm thinking of. Oh my goodness, John Jones and Daniel Cormier
Oh yeah,
was really
that was
good.
really good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh my,
I need to watch that one. I need to watch that one.
man, I'm trying to think of a fight, a heavyweight fight that was just like crazy. Like I can't think of one that even Francis has said. Like Francis has never been in a war.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think anyone has pushed him to deep waters, man. And I think this fight is gonna do it.
I don't think you push Francis. I mean, no, Stipe has not while he's been champion,
Hmm.
but Stipe has definitely.
He's pushed him.
The first fight, yeah, the first fight. I mean, the second fight was honestly that was one of my favorite fights.
Two.
Uh, yeah, he knocked Stipe out in the second round,
Wow.
but that fight was just like the strike. First of all, his striking was so crisp. Francis, his footwork was incredible. His wrestling was on point. Just like, dude, everything was just on point, and he set Stipe up perfectly. Actually, he's yeah. I mean, I would say Steve actually more that Stipe got caught coming in. Now
Oh,
that I think
okay.
about it,
Okay.
so because Stipe landed, what happened was Stipe landed on Francis. I think Francis Morcus got knocked off balance a little bit, but Stipe thought Francis was very hurt,
Hmm.
and so he was gonna come in, and it's just like, man,
I'm about to
he's
watch. I'm about to
he's
watch
has an
the knockout right now.
80-inch reach, and
Ooh.
yeah, he got knocked
Yeah,
out
that was
bad
bad.
too.
That was bad. That was
But
bad.
it's just
Oh
like
my gosh. So folded, bruh. Dude just
folded.
folded, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he definitely got caught coming in. He came in for I mean the first punch that really did the damage, and then he came in uh, stupidly or whatever, foolishly, and he definitely just got caught really good. But yeah, I gotta watch that full fight. But going back to what's his name, Chandler. So basically, what I understood from what you were saying is that it's not so much the fact that he can't win these fights, is that it's the way he's fighting them is making him lose those fights. Is that pretty much what
Yeah,
you're
man.
saying?
Because yes, go watch his fight with Benson Henderson, man. Go watch Michael Chandler and Benson Henderson, because like that's a fight where you see that like Michael Chandler is he is so capable, bro.
Okay. Okay. I
He's
just saved it.
so capable.
I just
But
saved
I
it.
don't know. But some that's how some people are though, bro. Like some people they just can't even feel fulfilled if they aren't fighting in a fight where they are having fun and they feel
Mhm.
alive and
Right.
people.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like I don't know if he's losing, but if he feels fulfilled,
Yeah,
more power
man.
to him.
I mean, right, but it gets to the point where, again, we spoke about this last week. It's like, you know, it gets to a point as a fan where, like, okay, you entertain me, but I need to see you start winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it affects nothing but our emotions and our pockets if,
indeed,
if we bet on it.
indeed,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, do I think that it's stupid? Do I cringe a little bit and get a little bit frustrated when I watch you fight because I know you could
you can do
be,
so much more.
I know you could just be doing a lot better. Excuse me. Yes, I do. I get very I get very frustrated. But it's just like, hey, bro, if that is the only way for you to feel fulfilled in the sport, because that's how some people are, man.
Hmm.
The only way that they can feel uh happy or feel genuine in what they do is by you just letting loose,
Letting
bro.
loose, just letting loose, man. And in a sense, man, that's a beaut. I'm not gonna lie, like that just brought the fact that's the way that you said that brought me like extreme peace and kind of a beautiful thought. Like that is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like,
Thank you.
you know, it's not from, well, you know what? Because I take that and I apply it, and it's true for a lot of things. Not for me personally, not for fighting. I mean, I love fighting, but I don't need to let loose to feel good, right? But as far as like in different situations, like, driving the car, mainly driving the car, man. When I just let loose, man, and I just, man, I was racing this dude. It was a Chevy SS. I honestly don't know I don't know. I really don't know Chevys too well. But
Mhm.
it was like in a cruise body, but it was a V8. It was a V8. It was a SS V8 engine, and I was racing him, and man, he beat me, right? He beat me little by a little bit, right? Because he has a V8, so he has that more
The
torque. Yeah,
V6.
no, mine is a straight six, but
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
six cylinder,
straight.
right? State
Okay.
cylinder. So, but he beat me. But man, when I tell you that feeling of just that rush when you're pulling that car, man, and you're just so close to the, oh man, like you just let loose, and it's like that is why I do it, man. That is what I live for. That feeling, you know what I'm saying? That
Hmm.
adrenaline, that letting loose feeling, man. Truthfully, man, that it's great. So, for me, it's a
You feel
milder. You
alive,
feel
bro. Because
alive.
I,
You feel
I
alive.
think you just feel. I just think that in that moment you just kind of like feel what life is about
Mhm.
because you're doing something that I mean that admittedly I mean I'm doing something that admittedly is dangerous.
Mhm.
Fighting, racing,
Mhm.
freaking
Both of those things you
what
can lose your
else?
life in.
Skydiving.
Right, skydiving. Yeah, all those things are on the brink of life and death, essentially.
Hmm.
So,
So, but it's just like that is you just that's like what I said before. It's just like with everything, there's just trade-offs.
straight off.
You just do not because you just don't get happiness without risk.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's it. That's it right there. That's it, man. You do not get happiness without risks. Shoot. That's right there, man. That's very true. And you know, if you don't want to take any risks, that's okay. But I don't want to live life like that, man. I don't want to live life like that, man. I want to take risks. I want to be bold. You know what I'm saying? I want to do things that are that are unthought of. You know what I'm saying? So it's important, man. It's important, especially as young men. You know what I'm saying? Because tell you this, we're gonna be looking back when we're in our 50s, 60s, and we're gonna be like, damn, we had some. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna look back and like, damn, that we had some good times and we did some
I
crazy
know.
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's how I look back, bro, at like the last 5 years.
Hmm.
Or not the last five. Well, what's the it's 2022, maybe like the pre not last year, but like the previous four.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
how I look at that.
After high school and stuff.
Yeah, after like the 4 years after high school up until like 2021.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I look at it. It's just like, damn, I was doing a lot of dumb shit.
Hmm. Maybe you can
But
see
it
the.
was just like, but I had made a lot of friends
Hmm.
and made a lot of memories,
Yeah,
and and I learned a lot.
you learned a
And
lot.
maybe there's some things that I do differently, but I just don't regret that. Period.
Exactly, exactly. Because it essentially it makes you who you are today, of course, but at the
Hmm.
same time, it's like you go through a what's a cocooning stage. And before you become a man, basically you have to go through the stage of just fucking up, of messing up and learning. Correcting yourself and then and learning again. Doing something wrong and then learning again. And it's essential as a man for the stage to happen because you don't want to go through it too late. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you don't want to wait too late for this stuff to happen because now you have the experience to go on, for the next 20, 30 years. Obviously,
Hmm.
obviously, we're always going to be learning. Obviously, we're still going to go through experience. Obviously, we're still going to be making mistakes. That stuff's never going to change. But it's like that for, like I would agree with you. Like that last, like for me, the 5 years out of high school, man. I only went to one semester of school, but it was still like I was in school because I was learning so much. You know what I'm saying? Learning about the world, learning
Hmm.
about myself, learning about other people, and basically how to conduct myself. And I basically went into a cocooning stage and came out and obviously we're always evolving, we're always ever adapting, always changing to be better, you know and better
Hmm.
people in general. um but I look back and I'm like, damn, everything happens for a damn reason, man. Everything happens for a reason, man. And it's just so crazy, man. It's eye-opening. It's eye-opening indeed.
Yeah, absolutely.
you know it's very
Yeah,
eye-opening.
man. I mean, I think that stage that I'm going into that right now, man. Uh, yeah, I just started really going into some stuff, bro, that I should have. So,
Hmm.
and that, that's just what it is.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't even know, well, how much we have, like 5 minutes.
yeah, to 8 minutes
And
left.
so, like, yeah, and so, yeah, so, like, for the last 8 minutes, I just want to say that that's what I think that life is about, bro, is just being self-aware
Hmm.
and realizing that you have to risk, bro, literally to feel anything. And for so long, dog, I just didn't understand it because like when you're safe, you just feel like, okay, I should just keep going like this and everything is gonna be fine.
Hmm.
And it's linear thinking, it's just like and that's really the curse of the human mind is linear thinking.
Right,
Is we can't is It's very difficult for us to predict change
right,
because we don't really like it. We don't really want it to happen.
right.
We want to be comfortable. Yeah, man. But
Yeah, no, it's
that's what I
true. It's true. It's
need.
because the thing is, it's scary, man. Like as humans, it's scary. Change is scary. You know what I'm saying? It's I can't hear you no more.
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you said something, but no, it's scary, man. Like even I won't get into that, but um, I was going to go into the religion thing, but I won't go there. But it's scary. It's scary. You know what I'm saying? Because
No, I mean, I I mean, what were you gonna say?
no, I was saying like even like religion, even in the religious aspect, it's scary to think to know that your beliefs might be challenged and you're not because that's your whole life, man.
Oh yeah, no,
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that's with everything.
Yeah,
That is with everything.
yeah,
I think that you have to be a person who is not married to your ideas.
exactly.
This is you have to understand that your ideas do not define you
Right,
as a person.
right,
Your intentions are what define you as a person.
right. You know what? Yep, yep, yep,
Because
yep.
you can, like, that's the thing, man, is like they think that a lot of people today, when you look at politics and stuff like that, they think that yeah, I really just think that that's why we have so much polarization. Is just because the people believe that when what this right here, if I believe this, this is what makes me a good person.
Hmm.
And then like they don't have to look at how they treat other people or they treat people who believe different than them
Hmm.
because they could just be like, well, I believe this, which makes me a good person. He believes that, which makes them a bad person. So by definition, they're a bad person. I could treat them how I want,
Hmm.
and it's just like you need your ideas just don't define you. Your it's your intentions.
Exactly.
You are learning and growing and changing every single day, and you're going to believe the wrong thing.
Right.
Like you can't believe that that defines you.
Right. Right.
So what are you just a wrong? You're just like that doesn't even make sense.
Hmm.
Like you're just you, oh yeah, my idea was wrong. I guess I'm a wrong person.
Right.
Like, well, just shut up.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're always gonna that's life. No
Yeah.
one knows everything. No one was there when, you know what I'm saying, when this stuff started, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know. You feel me? But, again at the end of the day, we can learn, and whatever we learn, shoot, in another year, man, we might realize that shit was wrong. In 2 years, we could realize, you know what I'm saying, something completely different, you know what I'm saying? So it's the human experience. It's how our mind works, man. But no, the being not married to your beliefs are very, 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 very important, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I've been there. I've done it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You know what
100%.
I'm saying? It's been there. So, I think that's essential for human growth, man. It's essential, man. But I don't know how we even got there. I have
I
no
mean,
clue.
no, we got there because I just said like let's just talk for
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
these last 8 minutes
yeah,
about life,
yeah,
man.
yeah. No, it's true, man. And
I mean, I just think that we should do that, man. We
yeah,
should just
yeah,
every episode is decompress after we talk about killing people.
yeah.
We should
I
just talk. We
agree.
should just
I agree, man.
we
No,
should
it's
just
healthy.
compress and talk. Yes, we should just balance
Yeah. No, no, for
yin
real,
and yang.
for real, for real. And man, it's just something about because I really like what you said, man. Like the last 4 or 5 years of just looking back and like just learn, like you can see the growth, man. The growth of what either one of us have just have gone through, you know what I'm saying, that came up from, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and it's a beautiful thing, man. We still got a long way to go, no question about it, you know what I'm saying, but you can definitely sit back and just marvel at it, you know what I'm saying. It's like, okay, look where you came from, look where you go, and look where you want to be, and look where you're going right now. Like it's a beautiful thing, man. And I think it's important to make sure you keep that image of where you want to be in your head, man. I think it's important, man. Like that's what I do every day, man. Every single day I have,
Oh, hell
you
yeah,
know.
man. That's I I don't really, keep anything up around me or anything like that, but I'm just a natural maladaptive daydreamer.
Mhm.
So while I'm at work, I mean, I shadow box all the time at work and around the house. And I just think about, being in a fight, think about getting my hand raised.
Mhm. Mhm.
I even think about losing, bro.
Mhm.
I even think about losing and feeling those emotions and what it would be like
Mhm.
to lose in and to even get knocked out. Sometimes I think about that, because it's healthy. We talked about this even regarding a woman.
Right.
You got
Right.
to think of, you got to visualize
Yeah.
her cheating on
That's
you.
right.
You
That's
got
right. You got to, because it can happen. It can happen.
you got to think, yeah, it can happen. You can't pedestalize
Right.
people. You can't pedestalize
Right.
experiences.
Right. Right.
You can't be
Yeah,
grandiose.
yeah, no, it's true, man. Like, and just to relate it back to, because I remember when I was like 16, I think I made a website, right? I made a website. It was called Mobile Mojo, and basically it was a website where it was basically like an information library about phones, and basically had a segment where you would basically fill in like a section of questions, fill in the questions, and it would basically create a selection for based on the questions you've answered and how you answered it. It would basically make a selection of the phone that you should get. And I remember I worked on this for I think months to a year, man. It was a while. I think maybe even yeah, maybe even a year or maybe even a year and a half. I was working on it, and I remember it failed, man. It failed. I never really got it off the ground. It was a good concept, but I never really got it off the ground.
That is a very good
Yeah, you
concept.
know what I'm saying? And I remember I worked on that thing for months and a year, and I was trying to make it, go big, but it never did. But that was like probably one of my first failures, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm so glad I went through that experience, man. And I'm so glad it failed because it showed me how to deal with it, and it showed me to never give up at the end of the day because, one day, best believe I'm gonna still make that thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just sometimes you gotta step back and regroup. You got to step back and regroup and come back sometimes, man. And it's just important, man, to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to, like you said, man, like anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's how you deal with it. Always, it's always on you, not anyone else, not on anything else. It's always on you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Dude, that's bro, that's so great. You know how do you ever have those shower thoughts? I mean, I know we're gonna end in a minute, but do you ever have those shower thoughts
what do you mean?
where you're just bro, I just thought of a mantra today and it's like it's not who, it's you. Woo!
It's not who,
You
it's
know,
you.
I thought of that in the shower today. I was like, "Oh my God," because I was struggling with.
Hmm.
I was just like, "Man, I know that some things have happened to me in my life.
Uh,
Maybe people have done things to me,
right.
but I was just like, man, I have to just learn how to stop blaming people and
Yeah,
get over
and it's man, it's not who, it's you. That's a good one, man, because it's so true. No matter, man.
it." Bro, I can't believe I thought of that. I'm
Yeah,
going, bro. I'm gonna have to write
that's
that
funny. It's
down.
that might be a
I
tattoo.
said,
That might be a
it's
tattoo, man.
not who, it's
Yeah,
you. Oh my
that's a
goodness.
bar, bro. That's a bar right there. Well, it's true, man. Like it really, like I always say this, man. When you go to sleep at night, even when you're beside someone, it's always you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
it's just you in your head.
You look like NBA young boy right now. Did you have you had your head turned and
Really?
the
In the
yeah
camera?
the picture background cut off your head.
Or like this?
No, turn to the your right. Turn to your right more.
You're a fool, man. Um, I can't even remember what I was gonna say, man.
Uh,
Spending time with self cultivates those thoughts. That's what Daniel says.
yeah, you were. That's what you were saying. You were talking about
Oh,
when you're by yourself.
oh,
When you're by
oh.
yourself.
Yeah, but when you're
You.
by yourself, it's you, man. It's you. You know what I'm saying? When you die, it's you. When you came here, it's you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always say, man. Like it's always you. You have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And no, yeah, people might be able to help you out, no question about it. And you know what I'm saying? Like talking to people is very good as well. But for me, like I always come back to the situation like, yo, it's me. If I say this before, if everyone's calling you Superman, but you don't feel like Superman, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be happy with yourself. You gotta be good with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come to terms with, whatever it is. So, that's everything is self. Everything is self. Know thyself is a very important saying, you know what I'm saying? Know thyself. You know what I'm saying? Just like know thy enemy, but you need to know yourself first.
Hmm.
You know what
Don't
I'm
be a
saying?
shaky
Don't
warrior.
be a shaky warrior. You feel what I'm saying on that one?
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? But yeah, we that was a good one, bro. About
Yes,
about a little
sir.
bit over time, over the hour mark. We gonna end it out there. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Reese. Salute to Daniel for coming out, showing love. Like and subscribe for more content. Me and
Absolutely.
Micah, we are out. Peace. Yes.